I said earlier, I don't know if I was muted or not, but I don't read anything. It sounds like that other Destiny guy does read stuff though, so maybe you could ask him. But like I only,
Does read stuff though? What do you mean does read stuff though? He's been reading. He's been on this nonsense for like the past 3 to 4 weeks now. Just nonstop, like just reading.
Don't you think those American states that are under occupation would fight back? Go ahead.
I don't see the comparison. Are
Go
you
ahead.
saying that
He's still muted.
Arab
What do you mean?
states are comparable to the United States, the individual states?
Yes, let's give an example of like the American states.
We're one entity, the United States. If China tried to invade us, we would all fight back.
No, but the Arabs
the Arabs are all genetically similar. We're all Arabs.
No, but even
genetically similar.
History for like over 1,000 years, the Arabs were pretty much one country, stemming from Morocco all the way up to Persia. And
I hate the way that this looks.
If we're talking about the Umayyads or Abbasid or the Ottomans or the Mamluk in between, or like, so the Arabs, yes, there is a brotherhood amongst Arabs in the region. It's only a modern idea that
what that is that I know for a fact that that's not true. There is no some brotherhood. If there was a brotherhood, why didn't if there's this big old Arab brotherhood, why is there so many different countries with Arabs owning their own different countries? That makes no sense. Yeah, there's some brotherhood. Yeah, but there's like every single country is like separated and segregated and do their own thing. Like no, that's just BS. That's some BS. And is Destiny no, is he muted?
Is known as it is.
No, he's able to talk.
Most of these places were mostly kingdoms and principalities. They weren't really nation states or ethno states even. It was just diverse.
I know
area.
you're absolutely right, brother. It's just that the Israeli apologists want us to think that history started at Sykes-Picot.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Exactly. Sykes-Picot is the key agreement. 1908. You can look this up. They drafted that in 1908, where they divided the Middle East based off of ethnicities or religion, where they wanted to put let's say the Christians in Lebanon, the Sunnis in northern Syria. They pretty much did. The British and the French did that secretly. Then went on to fund internal groups in Syria and in Lebanon and Palestine, and all, where they told them to rise up against the Ottomans. And they will grant them nationhood and autonomy over their land.
Can I interrupt?
Meanwhile, during that same period, they signed the Balfour Agreement and sold out the Palestinians. They were literally dividing and they backstabbed the Arabs in every single corner. So you can't come and tell me in 1967 why the Arabs went in and helped the Palestinians, because yes, those Palestinians needed people to defend them. They were
why did the Brotherhood love? Why didn't they help them? Because obviously they just couldn't for some reason. This guy it's just cope answer after cope answer. Like you see how he's just rambling, how you know someone like the logic doesn't like work, so they have to keep rambling and recharacterizing because they know that they're just spouting a bunch of BS, or they're just coping. They've
been subject to decades of abuse, even pre-occupation. One sec. Go ahead.
I really super appreciate all of the history that you know. But I just don't see how that is all relevant to like what is happening right now in this instance. Like, I think you could technically just go back in time and trace every single event in the Arab world that can contribute to this conflict right now. But I think it would be more useful if we just like talked about this conflict and like what's going on. And like, what are some criticisms we can have of Israel? And
buddy, I'm sorry. This is a very serious conflict, and it didn't start on October 7th. To understand the existence of Hamas and the response that Hamas gave back to Israel's occupation, you have to understand the situation at its inception. And to understand that, you have to go back to the beginning of the 19th century, right before the World War. There's a lot of events that tie into it that leads to the current conflict between the Zionists and the Arabs in the region. That's how you
exactly, brother. And at this point, I'm really asking myself the question: are these egghead Israeli apologists even capable of understanding?
Well, by the way, guys, not to clout farm, but please follow me. I have a Spaces every night around. Thank you. Go on.
Cool. I said earlier, I don't know if I was muted or not, but I don't read anything.
You
It sounds like
probably
that
were
other
muted.
Destiny guy does read stuff though, so maybe you could ask him. But like, I
Does read stuff though? What do you mean does read stuff though? He's been reading. He's been on this nonsense for like the past freaking wrong buttons, for the past 3 to 4 weeks now, just nonstop, like just reading over and over on his own stream for like 4 to 8 hours a day, just nonstop, like reading the history of like Israel, Palestine, the whole Middle East, all of that stuff. And this guy's like, I know this Destiny guy. He did do some reading. Like that's like the downplay of the year, man.
really care about like
That's so like
what's
I honestly
disingenuous.
don't think Destiny is very like knowledgeable about the geopolitics of
Of course.
that region. To be honest,
Yeah, you have to say that.
Like, he's
Cope
knowledgeable
answer.
about other things,
Cope
but not
answer.
about geopolitics in that region for sure.
I agree. I don't know much. Like, for instance, I didn't know that liberal democracies were fascist. I just learned that today, so thank you.
No, but liberal,
Well, you didn't understand. Wait, hold on. You don't understand the difference between an ideology and a form of government, though, either, do you? Go on.
Well, I don't.
But I don't know how you're connecting them.
He
Like
that's so funny.
what?
That's so funny. That is, look, he literally asked Destiny a question, and then when Destiny's about to speak, he immediately gets muted. Like, look at that. You see, this is stupid. Destiny's like, why am I even here? I don't need to be here. If you're gonna ask me a question and then when I start talking, you immediately mute me, what's the point? What is the point? There is no point.